cat barked.
Oh, does the dog belong to this house?
No, but
Oh, I'm like, well, then let's let it in. Bunch of assholes.
Touch it and pet it. You go outside during the podcast. So what do you think? I'm sad it's almost over, but I'm excited for next week. I think it's going to be a brutally horrible episode.
And I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm not even going to be around.
But you
I
can
don't know if I'm going to have
right?
access to a TV.
What are you doing?
I mean, I'm
iTunes.
I'm kind of a vacation family type thing.
Fun.
And me and my sister out there, and we're driving to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be, I don't know.
Do they watch
I just had
it?
a moment of freaking out because I just realized,
you
you know what they do, but they have 2 little kids. So they wait for the whole season to come out and then they just binge it.
Oh, I
and
see.
usually when I come to visit.
Well, you're going to get spoiled, so you should try to sneak away to watch it.
I know. I might freak out. We'll find a bar or something that's
Yeah.
or a hotel room. I'm like, no, we'll go to a bar where they're serving alcohol because you'll probably need it.
Most hotel rooms now
Have alcohol?
alcohol and AMC. What more do you need?
This is
I don't
true.
understand.
2 things that go hand in hand.
All right, I've said it many times before. If you're not playing Telltale's Walking Dead game, then you're missing out. And if you hate games, then you should get your girlfriend or boyfriend to play it while you watch, because it's just as good that way. That's how you play it, right, Melissa?
Yes, that's exactly how I play it.
Yeah, and you tell
Or
them what
watch
to
it.
do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it's like watching.
It's fun and friendly for everyone because it's not like a first shooter. You know, it's a choose your own adventure type thing. So
That's my favorite kind of game.
yeah.
This last episode was one of the least interactive, I think, but it was my favorite one.
Yeah, it was heavy in the dialogue and but yeah, the reviews, apparently you're not alone with that. It's been doing really well, and a lot of people have said that it's the best episode thus far.
Yeah.
Who rates it in general?
Oh gosh, there's whole teams of people at Telltale that write the episodes. Yeah.
So it's Telltale who writes the game.
Yeah. It's obviously based off of Robert Kirkman's work. And I'm pretty sure I could be speaking out of my butt right now, but I'm pretty sure that he actually has some involvement. And I mean, he definitely has involvement, but he doesn't come in and like write.
I got
But
the impression
he
he
needs to-
might have less involvement this time.
Right.
Because the first one was...
Yeah, he kind of, I think at this point, he's like, you guys, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not going to muck it up, so just go for it. But there's usually 2 to 3 writers on each episode, or only sometimes 1. I don't know.
Is there one head person who's sort of, the final say?
Well, it has to, it has to go through Dan Connors and Kevin Bruner, who are the CEOs of Tell.
Okay.
And, and then they'll say this needs to change or that needs to change. And, there's a team of people that will play the initial episode and then tweak it however it needs to be tweaked. But each episode generally has like 2 writers, although I feel like Nick Brecken is writing the finale season or episode 5, which I'm like, good luck with that. Like, what kind of pressure is that? Because this game is so phenomenally popular, and Clementine herself is such a hugely popular character, and the fans of the game are very protective of her. So I would hate to be involved.
Are you warning them not to kill?
I feel like every interview I do now, I'm like, please don't kill me.
Do you know what's going to happen?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't. In fact, I was recording today doing a pickup session for episode 3, and I kind of was trying to, hint, nudge, like, what's going to happen? What's going on? What direction are you going? But I got nothing. I got nothing. So it's it's not frustrating. Of course, I'm just like all the fans of the game. I want to know. But
Interesting.
I probably won't know. Literally, I don't know until we start recording the episode.
Wow.
By the way, in the chat room, if you have questions for Melissa, go ahead and put them up and we'll try to get some of those answered. Will you watch that, Karen?
And while we're waiting, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So I heard when you were at the Walker Stalker Con in Chicago last weekend that it went great and you're just a giant hit. And also that Telltale provided Clementine hats for people.
I know that was like, those people got psyched. That was so lucky because those hats are extremely coveted. And they're, you can't buy them anywhere. So.
Do you wear your Clementine hat?
I do.
Do you?
I have one that they gave me, which is the original, which has the bloody handprint and all this stuff on it. It's the original Clementine hat. I don't wear that one, but I have one because they gave me a few, and it's my, I keep it in my car and wear it outside.
So since you brought that up,
I brought up hats.
I think you brought it up, but we're gonna
We did. Oh, that's
we're gonna
Benjamin.
give away 3 of these
Benjamin.
hats to listeners, and we're having a contest on. They're signed by Melissa, so that's really cool. And what you need to do to win is send us an email, send us an email with an audio file with your impression of Clementine. And whoever does the best impression of Clementine wins the hat. Or you can do it with our send voicemail link on our page and on our webpage at walkingdeadcast.com, and send that in. Make it 30 seconds or less, because I don't want to be listening to like an hour of Clementine reading Shakespeare or something.
Episode 1, season 1, action.
And you can send it by Sunday, April 13th, and I'll remind you of that again at the end. But thanks for signing these and giving these to us, Melissa.
Yeah, and I have to say hi to Benjamin in Norway. I'm waving at the computer like
Hi,
he can see me.
Benjamin in Norway. Here's a question from Melissa. What do you like about voice acting?
Oh gosh, everything. It's honestly, it's so much fun. It's a dream job for me. I've always been into acting and doing theater, but falling into voiceover, or not falling into it, and just like, woke up one day and look what I do. Weird. Being able to get to the point where I do it as a full-time career is just, I'm so grateful. Every day of my life, I'm grateful, because Lord knows what I'd be doing otherwise. But
It's such a cool job.
it is such a cool job. It's just fun. Everybody I work with in recording sessions, you have some that aren't as fun. Like, of course, the Telltale games and most of the game work and animation, all that's great. And, every once in a while you get more, industrial type stuff. And
Do you find that satisfying, or is it a drag?
it's not a drag, but I think I was telling you today I had to do some kind of very tech heavy stuff. And I was just like, it was fun because it was a good challenge for my brain, but I'd always rather be doing, the character work for sure.
Do you? I want to know, when you're doing that stuff, like say you're promoting some hip electronic product or something. Do you key into an emotion, or is it?
It's
not?
more of a style.
Yeah,
it's just a
yeah.
style of how you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to
Find a character.
stare at my iPhone and go,
I love this
I
thing.
love my iPhone.
I do that.
Now
but-
be hip, be cool, but you care, but you don't care. Kind of throw it away. I love my iPhone. Yeah, no, I love everything about voice acting, and again, I'm just very grateful to be doing it.
So we have questions from listeners here too.
Okay, so Martian Pictures says, question from Melissa, do they usually record you solo or other actors there to interact with?
No, and there's a few things that I work on where we actually are blessed with the appearance of the other actors in the booth. But like The Walking Dead, no, we record solo, and it's of course would be ideal if we could all record together, because that.
It amazes me that even works, that you can do that without playing off someone else, and it sounds okay.
So on this season, I have had feeders, because a lot of the other actors recorded before me. But our director, Julian Kwasniewski, is actually an amazing actor himself.
Oh.
I mean, he line reads with us. So it's not like, you're not totally just floating in space like, what's going on? What's the context? I don't know what I'm doing. So it's you get used to it. But I would love to be in a room with
all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
I did a play, and it just we really keyed off of each other in that, even though we were horrible. So here's some questions from listeners on Facebook. Gracie Lou wants to know, were you worried at all about how people would react to the news that Clementine, a child, was the playable character?
Yes. I was a little stressed out. I mean, I was super excited, obviously, because I was like, where are they going to go with this? It's a big deal. I was a little stressed at first, just how the fans would react to that, because they're so used to It's all right. I hear Breaking Bad.
Oh my God.
Airplane.
It's when my meth dealer calls. Then
You gotta answer that.
Did you guys hear that? There was a Breaking Bad theme that came on.
sorry.
That was awesome.
I'll leave that in.
Leave it in. Don't edit that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fans are really protective of Clementine. So at first I was like, oh, are people gonna want to be still playing as somebody else stepping into the role as her caretaker? But of course, I should never worry because the writers at Telltale are all brilliant geniuses and they know how to make anything work.
My first thought was, oh, I was protecting her and now I'm her. So is someone going to be protecting me? And it turns out not so much, which is actually, I mean, kind of, sort of, but not so much. And that's actually kind of more exciting because she's not a big strapping guy.
Right. She has to use more of her brains for, during the fighting scenes or whatever. It's definitely more strategy and brains and
quickness. Yeah.
Quickness.
Okay. This is another good one from Gracie. She said, does it make you sad that Clementine has had to harden a bit, or does it make you proud?
I mean, it's sad in the sense that it is in season 1, she still had some kind of big bright-eyed glimmer of hope thing going on, and now she's immersed. She's fully immersed in the zombie apocalypse. So it's kind of a bummer. But it's cool because that means I get to play sassy Clem. So she has moments now where she's actually, she kind of, she doesn't take shit from people. I mean, you can play her in different ways, of course, but I'm having a really good time being a more strong, stand your ground kind of Clementine. So
that makes me want to play those dialogue bits more now than just to hear the sassy ones.
Yeah, just play her sassy.
I'm nice a lot. I'm going to play her sassy. Okay, let's see. Melissa Arlene Camacho wants to know, are you currently playing the game? If so, what are the decisions you made in it? Did knowing the outcome of each episode affect your in-game choices?
Well, actually, that's kind of funny because I have been choosing more so to play as the sassier Clem. So it goes back to that. Sometimes, actually, there's been a few moments. I don't want to spoil too much, but there are definitely moments of tenderness, if you will, that I go for because I still love that about Clementine is underneath it all, she's still Clementine. She's a good kid. And it is kind of interesting because, of course, I know the outcome of the game, but because I record separately from everybody else, when I play, it's really easy to step out. And I forget that I'm even involved with it, honestly. So because, you get to see the animation and all the other actors and the dialogue and everything just comes together. Yeah. So it doesn't really affect my choices that much because I kind of just get so lost in it.
What is it like to hear your own voice? But I know it's not your voice; it's Clementine's voice. But
it's cool. I mean, I have of course, a couple of moments of oh, they went with that take. I would have gone with the other. You know what I mean? I'll kind of pick it apart a little bit, but not so much. Like my speaking voice, this voice that everybody's hearing right now, I hear it. I'm like, oh my God. Yes. I hate the sound of my speaking voice
too.
But when I'm doing voiceover, for some reason, it doesn't bother me. I'm great. Like, oh, that actually sounds pretty good. My speaking voice is horrible.
It's it's another character's voice.
Right, exactly.
Well, you both have beautiful normal voices.
Oh,
I think you have a really nice voice.
Thank you.
And so do you.
Yeah, baby.
I wouldn't make that up. I don't.
Now we're gonna start talking like
voice.
this,
baby. Anytime. What else do you like?
Yeah, you'll like it.
Do you like this? How about this?
No, I'm just kidding.
He's like,
he just squirmed and turned red. So can Clementine die? I know it's kind of a dumb question, but can she?
You really mean like in the future?
No.
In
like
the game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She dies. I mean,
okay.
if you screw up.
So the way it
but
works,
she'll always come back.
I guess I should let the guests answer. Huh?
No, you know what? That's funny. You play it more than I do.
So if you get attacked by zombies, you have to get out of it or kill them, or it's different depending on the situation. But if you fail, then you get chomped, and then you just start that segment over again until you get it right.
Yeah, you can't go.
So I've seen Clementine die a few times.
And that's common with these kinds of games, right? Where
some of them there's no death. like adventure games.
Yeah.
Like Broken Age, you can't die in that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So this makes it more like, because you could get chomped at any time. And even though you're going to get to start it over, you don't want to see that or experience that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel possessive of Clementine, right? You want her to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more. Levi Hanush says, what's your favorite character out of all the seasons of the Walking Dead game that have come out so far and why? Also, amazing job voicing Clem. You've made such a great character by your voice acting.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, gosh, I guess, obviously I'd have to say the relationship with Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like, a given.
Lee's the main character in the first game.
Yeah, he found her in her treehouse and they formed a bond, and he's the one that basically taught her how to survive, and I mean, just like prepped her for being on her own, if need be, which it needed be. So I think that was really cool, and just in the fact that Lee is the main character of season 1, and to even put a child into a game, they had to really be careful writing that because kids can kind of be annoying in game situations. Yeah. So
it's daring, really.
It was really daring. I really like Kenny. I know a lot of people are either team Kenny or not.
Not me. Although now I am more.
Yeah. There's everybody I worked with on or am working with on this game is just such amazing actors, so it's hard to really pick a favorite character, but
Lee is a great one. Okay, one more, unless there's more in the chat room, but Stones Malone wants to know, is it easier to voice Clem now that she's aged a year, and how does one go about becoming a voice actor? I want in.
Oh, don't blame you. It took a little bit of, we had to do some tweaking to get the right voice because they were really, were making it very clear that, she's basically has the mentality of a 16-year-old, even though she's now like 11. Mm-hmm. She needed to have, she's a smart
grow up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I sounded like this is basically my speaking voice when I was 16 years old, So just because she's 16 didn't mean she's going to like all of a sudden talk like this and people would be like, what the hell? And then they'd be mad and riots would have occurred. And so it just was a matter of going from like little innocent girl and like kind of doing these things with my breath. And then I just kind of took it up another notch and made her deeper and a little less breathier, I guess.
Wow. When you do that, I picture her like morphing.
I know.
It's amazing that you can do that with your voice. It's just it looks effortless.
Well, her voice is actually really relaxing. I do a lot of little boy voices, and those can be very draining.
Give me a boy voice.
Oh, let's see. Hey, my name's Brad, and I like to totally ride my skateboard. And sometimes I go play football with my dad, but he's not very cool. But then there's like the super cartoony ones like this, and those are the ones that you're just like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I need whiskey.
Yeah, because you got to be peppy in your job, right? A lot.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I do is the more happy. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with The Walking Dead is it's a dark world, so it's not ever like, hi, I'm
I'm Clementine.
You ever do sexy? You
sexy.
got a good sexy.
I've done sexy. Yeah, I get sexy here and there. But
that's
as
episode 5. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Her season 4.
Yeah.
Now she really is 16.
I can see that.
As for getting into voiceover, my best advice is. If wherever you live, there's usually people who teach voiceover or classes that you can take, beginner classes. Just enroll in a beginner class and get your feet wet in the world of voiceover. And, that's really the best way to start. On your own, you can just imitate people and watch lots of cartoons and, even print up your own scripts and try to act them out and, just self-practice. But the best way to really get into voiceover is you don't have to, but it's good to get an agent. Mm-hmm. And usually the best way to do that is to take the classes, make a demo, and then seek representation.
And do they probably in the classes part of that is helping you send in your demos and stuff, right? Or not?
Yeah, a lot of those classes, people, I know in San Francisco, a lot of agents guest teach the classes.
Neat.
Or they'll have like even like competitions where they actually go in and take a few people out of the class and start giving them representation, and then
so
you're
cool.
and then you're getting auditions, and yeah.
How about podcast? Does that count?
Yes, definitely. I think so.
Do you see any more questions in the chat room?
No, I think that's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Okay. So I just want to let you guys know who might be interested in the game who haven't played it that you can get season 1. They come out episodically, but now that season 1 is completely out, you can get it as its own complete thing, and you can download it online, or I think you can buy it and get it delivered to you or whatever at telltalegames.com. Is that the site?
Yeah, season 1, yes. And season 1's like you can go to actually like GameStop or whatever.
Anywhere,
it's at
okay.
Best Buy.
Got it.
Those places.
It's available on everything: PS3, Xbox, iPad, Mac, and PC. And then season 2 is coming out episodically, and you can get that on Steam. That's where I usually get it.
Get it, play it, love it.
Love it.
Thanks, Melissa.
Of course.
So, yeah, thanks. I could just keep on going for a long time, but
It's all good.
We'll have you back sometime, hopefully, and ask
please.
more
Well, we're
questions.
neighbors,
I would
basically.
actually love to have you on after the next episode or another episode comes out and do a session that's more spoilery for people who have played it and ask like detailed questions about the episode.
Definitely. I know because it's kind of, since it is only on
Yeah.
episode 2 right
Who's
now, a lot
played
of
it?
people have not played, and there's
Yeah.
some serious spoilers going on in there. So yes, I would be thrilled.
Yay.
Obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Deadcast news update.
Okay, there isn't much in the news this week. There's just a couple things. This network called My Network TV, which I'd never heard of, has acquired the rights to air reruns of Walking Dead, but they're going to cut out the gore and make it TV 14 rating.
Shut up. Are you serious?
What's the point?
I don't
Cut out the
know.
gore
Of The Walking
So it'll be
Dead?
5 minutes of like,
They'll just
hey,
show
Coral, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, each
Maggie.
episode is only 20
end.
minutes
They
long.
could show the candy bar scene in full.
They just
That
show
was a
people's
family-friendly
faces
scene.
going like, oh my god.
Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know much more about that, but I thought it was interesting. So then the only other thing is the interview with Josh McDermott, which I only read a part of, but I'll read more of Eugene Porter. They say, this is your first season on the show. What about The Walking Dead appealed to you? He said, The Walking Dead was my favorite show before I even auditioned for it. That's every actor's dream, to be on a show they're a fan of. It's just dark, and as a comedian, I'm drawn to dark things. I thought that was funny. They say, is there room for comedy in the apocalypse? He says, I think there can be some humor, but it needs to be subtle. I'm not sure that's what draws people to a show like The Walking Dead. I talked to some of the writers about this because one of them came up to me after a scene, was like, oh my God, that was so funny. And I was scared. I'm not trying to make it funny. She was like, no, it was great. It works. So long as it's grounded and it's real, there's little room for it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you better watch out for that, because I think he's a little borderline sometimes on his, like, he's funny, but maybe a little too funny.
I think he's spot on.
Okay, you're spot on. They say, have you ever known anyone like Eugene before? Is there anyone that he reminds you of? He says, I definitely know people who are like Eugene. If they don't know something, you'll never know that they don't know it. In fact, I'm hesitant to say this because it'll make him upset, but I'm pretty much doing an impression of my little brother when I do Eugene. He's dry, he doesn't show any emotion, and you're thinking, man, this guy's an asshole. Well, he's a sweet guy, my brother.
Yeah, he said that last night too. He said his brother does a complete monotone and just real flat kind of delivery. And that's, thinking back on it, that's how he talks in the show.
Yep. I really think he's going for Asperger's.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's it for the news this week. We'll take a little break. There's more grunts. But before we get started, last week, listener Laura called in and disagreed with me that Daryl is the Fonzie of the group. Remember, she said, quote, Daryl is a very deep character with dark and miserable upbringings, and I never saw Fonzie struggle with his demons the way Daryl has to.
Yes, we had a whole Fonzie
I went to
breakdown.
Wikipedia and I learned, because I have these vague recollections, right? As a child, Fonzie and his mother were abandoned by his father. He belonged to 2 gangs, one of which was actually called the Demons, and the other was the Falcons. During that time, he got a reputation for being ruthless and tough, making many of his peers afraid of him. But then, like Daryl, the Fawn started on a path to redemption. He intervened in a rumble, which they always used to call fights on Happy Days, to which gang members had challenged high school student Richie Cunningham. Thanks to his intervention, Richie developed respect for Fonzie, though at first looked down on and mistrusted, a result of his past and him being a high school dropout. He eventually became accepted by Richie's family, especially when he rented an attic room over the garage. Even Richie's father, Howard, or Mr. C, was the most resistant to living with him, but he came to regard Fonzie with affection. So I think like Rick and Lori are like Mr. and Mrs. C, and Carl is like Richie Cunningham.
Wow. By the way, do you remember how Mrs. Cunningham used to call him Arthur, and he always sort of smiled.
Yeah. They had a special relationship.
God, I hope not.
I've been afraid that Daryl will be too much like Fonzie, like too cool for school, or he's like bare arms and has a model haircut and, you know, like rides this cool motorcycle and all this, that it might be a little too cartoony. But I think the last few episodes have made him feel more like a real person to me for some reason.
Yeah, right.
So I'm liking him a lot more. And I was hoping they would actually give him more to do, because he didn't have a whole lot to do early this season, and they really have. So it's been good. But I still think he's like the Fonzie of the group.
That's our daily Fonzie report.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that would be involved. I would have been more prepared.
Welcome to the Walking Dead cast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some email. Would you do us the honor of reading the first one?
Sure. This is from Grayson Danielson. I predict that either Rosita or Tara bites it during a shootout Joe's group has with Rick, because the cast of named female characters is one of the largest it's been, and I think they're going to trim that number by 1. I'm going to say that we get 0 big character deaths this Sunday. However, if I'm wrong, it looks like Daryl is going to go down, and if so, I'm be boarding up the house, preparing for the riots that ensue.
Oh, thank you, Grayson
yeah,
Danielson.
I agree. I don't want Daryl to go down, though.
No.
He won't, dude. No way. No way. He's worth way too much money to this franchise.
Be boarding up your house.
What's the expression? If Daryl dies, we riot. Yes, exactly.
That's hilarious. This next email comes from Greg Taylor, who writes, I have a theory about Terminus. I think it may be a honeypot. That is, that the occupants are perhaps trying to find a cure, but need living human subjects to experiment on in their efforts to find a cure or vaccine. Enter our small band of survivors to add to the pool of guinea pigs who will survive and escape, who will be saying goodbye to. Who will we be saying goodbye to? The woman who greeted them seemed sickly sweet, like a kindly granny who suddenly might turn around and rip your face off. More often than not, if someone seems too good to be true, it is, especially in their distorted world. By the way, I didn't realize that was the definition of honeypot. I was thinking much, much filthier.
You're like waiting to get to the good part.
What's a honeypot? That doesn't sound like a honeypot I know about.
All right. It's not that kind of podcast.
No.
Okay. Well, good theory.
Thank you, Greg.
Drea Age says, regarding the leader of the scumbags, like Solomon, he was wise and split the bunny to end the duel, but this guy deep down is bad news, and I don't like the influence he has over Daryl. As far as leaders go, he's probably not a bad one. He has some good morals, like play fair and first come, first served, but he's also either sort of rapey or at least okay with his buddies raping and pillaging. He's loyal to his boys, which is why he's headed to Terminus to fuck Rick up. And he's smart enough to realize he needs at least a small group to survive. So as far as villains go, he seems sure to be hell of a problem. Not to mention that his apparent disdain for law enforcement will surely make his bloodlust for Rick even stronger. My money's on Daryl deciding to be a good guy at heart and save Rick from the gang, but not before losing Beth, which will be hard on him. I could see that happening.
Well,
Yeah. It's our prediction. Absolutely.
these are all very good theories. This is Jeffrey Bray from Nashville, Tennessee. This week's episode was another good one. I give it 4.5 rabbits.
4.5.
4.5. I know many people wanted the group to reunite faster, including myself. But the more I think about this season, I really enjoyed how the writers kept the characters and the stories connected while apart. For example, the group of walkers by the railroad tracks that Tyrese came upon. Daryl and Beth came upon that same group slightly after them. The rabbits that Lizzie killed were in the Daryl and Beth episode, I believe. Also, the smoke Carol and Mika saw was most likely, if not definitely, caused by the house fire Daryl and Beth set in their episode. Glenn was encouraged to continue to Terminus because of the signs Maggie left. And last night, Daryl came across the candy bar wrapper left by Michonne and Carl. I really enjoy these little moments sprinkled into each episode. It added a different kind of tension because we realize each group was always just one step behind.
Yeah.
As a side note, in a past podcast, you mentioned possibly watching The Returned and discussing it. I really hope you and Karen do. I loved that show.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
we're going to do that.
God, I just saw the ending of it.
Oh, don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, and
But I have to say that the ending was one of the best endings of a show I've seen.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
Oh, good.
so
All right. Cool.
flippin'
I'm excited.
great. Yeah, they're working on season 2, by the way.
That was a great email, by the way. It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool
I
to
know.
go back and look at all those connections. I saw some of them, but just to see them all in one place makes me appreciate the writing even more.
Yeah, and that's a really, really good point. I was like you too. I didn't want any of the characters to be separated, but the little moments where you see that they really are still kind of connected a little bit, that's kind of neat. So this next email comes from Jill Goth, who writes, I think Rick's going to die. I think the episodes separating the groups have been intentional to wean us off Rick and also to develop the other characters more so that we will accept them once he's gone. And someone else stepping up as a leader, Carol maybe, would be accepted. Everyone loves Rick, so I think it would be a sacrifice. The show has made the point to show Rick witnessing Carl being taken care of, emotionally and physically, by Michonne. His sacrifice will be made easier because he knows his son will be loved by a childless mother. Also, Andrew Lincoln is going to be on The Talking Dead next week, which is always suspicious.
Yeah, I believe they put him on there just to make people nervous.
They're just messing with us.
No, I don't want Rick to die. I was
want Rick
telling
to die.
Melissa, like, if anyone died on the show, I would be really sad for a lot of them, but be okay with it, no matter who it was at this point, but except Rick.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like it's kind of his story.
Yeah.
I mean, from the very
Yeah.
start, I felt like this is kind of his tale. So
Yeah, we're not ready for that.
no, we're not.
Don't say that, Jill Goth.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You can say whatever you want. Okay, this is Jeff Moyer from Jeff Moyer. It's my turn, right? Just thought I would point out something I noticed. In the sneak peek for next week, Rick is describing a mechanism of a trap to Carl. He talks about how you need to clear a path to the trap so the prey can only go into it that particular way. Is it just me, or is that foreshadowing exactly what the Terminus people have done with the rail tracks and such? The trap that Glenn, Maggie, and the others have just walked straight into. I think you're right. Totally, yeah.
Dun dun dun. I hope not, Jeff Moyer.
Yeah, me too.
Bad
knows?
people.
Bad people. Let's see what Tammy Sue from Illinois says. In last week's episode, why didn't they let Mika turn? Maybe Lizzie would have come to her senses when she hopefully realized that her sister wanted to eat her brains, not play tag. If not, they could have let Mika bite her, so she got the change she wanted in the first place. Then they could have killed her in good conscience. Instead of old Yeller style. Seems like this would have been the ideal outcome for everybody, in my opinion.
I don't know if I'd call that ideal,
Sounds pretty less than ideal.
but
I mean, in this,
I see what she
considering
means,
the
yeah.
situation.
Or they
That
could have just
Lizzie wanted to turn, and so, but it would have been so weird to watch that play out.
would have been awful. I would have just liked that walker that she was playing tag with. It would have been nice to just have her get bit. And that's it.
Then no one
you
else
have
had to die.
Yeah. And I just
Yeah.
made a stabbing motion with that.
Yes, and the sound effect to follow.
Okay, these are a little quicker back and forth ones, but we'll do it the same way. trade up. So my turn. Eric Sherman says, most everyone's together. Wait, is it my turn? No, It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay, Eric Sherman says, most everyone's together. Cool, warm fuzzies.
Yay. Jesus Arvalo says, I was hoping for more focus on Rick's group. As a fan of the comics, I'm kind of disappointed they're not showing more of Rick, Michonne, and Carl. Too many groups and too much jumping around this episode. See, you can't make everybody happy. No, if you do too many groups, then it's like too many. And if you just do one, then they're like, I want to jump around.
Right.
Richard Rowe. I didn't realize that Daryl's band of not-so-merry men were the ones responsible for running off Michonne, Rick, and Carl from the house. Carl! It should have been dawned on me, excuse me, as that episode was called Claimed.
Yeah, that didn't dawn on me.
It should have dawned.
It didn't dawn on us.
Karen?
Oh, sorry. Evan Brookman writes, hey, Evan Brookman. Maybe the crew Daryl is walking with will show up at Terminus and spend their day walking around saying, claimed it, claimed it, claimed it, claimed. I like it.
Dominic Muzio says, can someone please stop letting a 4-year-old write Abraham and Eugene's dialogue? Every time they open their mouths, I cringe.
Wow. No, Dominic, no.
Carlos V. Diaz. Bub.
That's it.
Nicely spotted. Claire Johnson said, I absolutely love Abe, Rosita, and Eugene and bring what Abe, Rosita, and Eugene bring to the show. A little ray of sunshine in a dark, depressing story.
Lisa R. Ott says, I have a feeling they might actually off Rick or Daryl. I wish they would leave the core group alone. Soon we won't care about the characters anymore if they're not careful. The core characters are what hooked us. No one can replace them. So I forbid you to kill anyone on the show ever again.
In italics.
She didn't say that part, but...
Carol Johnson says, not Rick, not Carl, not Daryl, not Glenn, not Maggie, or I'm leaving.
Who does that leave?
Not
Sasha.
many.
Not too many.
Melissa Arlene Camacho says, I gotta say it, Maggie looks really cool in Daryl's poncho. Dare I say even hotter than Daryl? Yes, you dare.
She did dare.
She did. She looked adorable in a poncho. They're cute.
I didn't notice she was in Daryl's poncho. I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that either, actually.
No, but she was very beautiful at Walker Stalker Con, I have to say.
She's quite lovely.
Yep.
And she's tall.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, exactly.
Well, everybody's tall to me. I'm like, you know.
Dan Medzi says, I don't think anyone will end up in Washington. Pessimistic.
Tom Bartley says, those poor, poor zombies. Lizzie Sanders. I should have said it like, those poor, poor zombies. How does Lizzie sound? I don't even know. I don't know if that sounds like
That's great.
Okay, we have 3 calls this week, so not as many as normal. Here we go. This is random guy from Sparta, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Hey, great opening message there. Didn't know if I should start talking, but I'm talking now. So, I had a few questions. I went to Barnes & Noble looking for the comic, and I found these 2 big hefty books called, Compendium, or Volume 1, Volume 2, whatever. I'm wondering, is that all the comic books so far put into a book? Could you let me know about that? And with the death of those 2 little girls, should we be expecting a major character from the show to die in the next couple of episodes? And then as for my zombie sound, I hope that this isn't too loud, but here it goes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Nice.
That was more like Guy being eaten by a zombie.
Thank you, random guy
was
from
great.
Sparta.
To answer your question, I think the compendiums are 48 issues each. So the first one is the first 48, and then 49 through 96. And they're up to 120 something. So there's also smaller collected volumes. You can get them in 6 issues each. And then I think you can do 12 and maybe even 24. So if you want to not wait until the next 48 issues come out to get compendium number 3, you can do smaller, or you can just buy them, by single issues if you're caught up. So hopefully that made sense, but you can get those first 2 and then find the 24 issue ones after issue 96 of the comic, if that makes any sense. Next call is from Oscar in New Jersey.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Oscar from New Jersey. Just calling. Has nothing to do with the episode. just two observations I've had about The Walking Dead in the past. Anyway, first of all, last week someone said that Daryl was kind of like the Fonzie of The Walking Dead. I have a better analogy. He's more like the Legolas of The Walking Dead. You know, the cool loner dude with the cool kills and makes everything look very stylish as he's doing it and very confident.
Yeah.
That has a little bit of a temper, you know, more like Legolas. Anyway, second point is, I don't know how I came up with this, but close your eyes. Go ahead, close your eyes.
They're closed.
Okay, now think of Merle Dixon.
Okay.
Okay? Now think of him singing.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Doesn't he sound exactly like Bryan Adams?
No.
I don't know. Every time I hear Bryan Adams now, I picture that's Merle singing. Anyway, keep up the good work. I'm enjoying your show as always. And a quick shout out to my cousin Evan over at Drexel. He's a big fan as well. Oh wait, my zombie sound. Here we go.
Wow.
That's it.
Nice.
Again, don't get bit. Later.
Don't get bit.
Nice.
Is Bryan Adams the cuts like a knife?
Yeah. Are you asking who Bryan Adams is right now?
Yeah, I kind of am. Because there's a Ryan Adams.
Oh, yeah, there is a Ryan Adams.
And I get Brian.
This is Brian.
I get Brian and
Back
Ryan.
in the summer of '69. Like a, oh yeah.
Now do Michael Rooker. No, I'm just kidding.
Michael Rooker, well, he kind of talks like this, right?
Back in the summer of '69.
I'm just psyched that Bryan Adams and Legolas were just brought up in the same
breath
chunk. Yeah.
God, that made me happy.
Okay, one more call. This is from our pal Timothy Johnson. I think it's actually going to work this time.
Hey, Jason, Timothy Johnson, and wow, this was a great episode. One of my favorites of the season, and it was so good. And so I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 9. 10 out of 9. Yeah, how about that? 10 out of 9. That number is claimed. Yep. Completely claimed. Wow. Maggie finding Glenn, and finally get to see the Terminus and that strange woman at the end. I don't like her at all. Something's very creepy about her. But I can't wait for the finale. Thank you. Bye.
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 10 out of 9. 10 out of 9.
10 out of 9.
That's claimed.
That's high.
Oh, Timothy, you make me so happy. Your accent is so great. Can you do a Timothy Johnson accent?
Was that Timothy that was just talking? Yeah, I think it's just, well, you know, I don't know. Where was Timothy from
I think
again?
he's from Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh, it's the South, yeah. I don't know.
10 out.
That's good.
10 out of 9.
So
10 out of 9.
that's Denise Crosby, who played Tasha Yar. I forgot. I thought it was in here, but one of the listeners was like, they better
She was
give
in
her a
Pet
lot
Sematary
to
as
do,
well.
or she'll quit halfway through next season.
Yeah, I know. That bitch.
That's great.
She was in Pet Cemetery, yeah.
She was the mom in Pet Cemetery.
And by the way, did you guys see what I thought was the Lizzie picture?
Oh, yeah, with the braid.
Yeah, and did you see the side by side with Mary?
I did.
It's creepy
on, like,
how
Facebook
it
or something.
kind of looks like her.
Mm-hmm.
But it also kind of looked like Lizzie too, so what do we know?
What do we know? We don't know nothing.
Absolutely nothing. So let's wrap this thing up.
All right, let's
so that's it for Listener Rose, Groans, and Grunts. Let's move on to next week on The Walking Dead.
Next week on The Walking Dead, episode 16. Hey! Wait, that wasn't very good. Hey! Can you give me a Fonzie A?
Hey! I don't even know.
It's written by Scott M. Gimple and Angela Kang, and it's directed by Michelle McLaren, who you should know from such
Breaking
TV
Bad.
shows as Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. She also directed Pretty Much Dead Already and Guts. The description, which is typically unrevealing, is as follows. As multiple paths collide, Rick comes face to face with sheer brutality. Will he and the group have to have what it takes to survive?
See, it's not going to be nice. Doesn't sound nice.
Dun, dun, dun.
I believe most of them will, and some of them won't. Right? Do you think anybody big one's going to die?
No, nobody's going to die. It's going to be fine. There's a Starbucks inside.
Yeah, that's right.
And a Subway sandwich.
Puppies.
And
What do you think?
kittens.
How next week's going to go down?
A big character death.
No, I don't know. I don't want that to happen, but I won't be. I don't think it's going to be. Maybe one of them will disappear and leave us with a question of like,
there's got to be some cliffhangers.
Dead? Well, yeah, I know, right? Or else we're like, well, that's it.
That's it. Everything's fine.
Tune in for season 5.
Oh, check it out. They're playing Yahtzee and they're happy. Yeah, no, that won't.
But happen. I don't know. I don't know about.
I predict Beth's a goner.
That's
all right. That's your prediction.
Oh, and then Daryl will go like, and then he'll like lose his,
exactly.
Maybe.
By the way,
it's a good prediction.
One thing I want to let everybody know is, in case you didn't see it already, is next Sunday AMC is doing a marathon of season 4. So get out your big cat candy bars and easy cheese because it is a marathon next Sunday, all of season 4, leading up to the grand finale. Enjoy.
Yay.
Nice.
All right, you ready to close it out?
I am.
All right, that's our show, episode 141. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
And thank you, Melissa.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hope you had some fun.
I had a lot of blast. I had tons of fun.
Me too.